And this is 9 on the positive side. Thanks so much for joining us this weekend. I'm Courtney Courtwright. A battalion chief is being recognized for saving a woman from a fire that happened in Kinston on Washington Avenue. The battalion chief, Scott Justice, is being honored in a ceremony. Scott Justice said when he got on scene, there was no visible fire, but when he got to the porch, he saw a hospital bed on fire with a person in it. While he's honored to be recognized, he says it could have been any member of his crew that day.
I tell my guys all the time, you know, firefighting, our shift, it's a team effort. I may have been the one that pulled, you know, the citizen out of the residence, and that's great, but it takes everybody doing their job ultimately to result in saving property and lives.
The woman was taken to be treated at a local hospital. Some people in Wisconsin are doing incredible things and in the face of great challenges. Take a look at this. A little Green Bay boy set up a lemonade stand to raise money so his little sister can go on the same special trip with him next month. 12-year-old Gavin received the trip through the Make-A-Wish charity, but his rare form of cancer makes him weak, of course, and not always up to feeling to sitting outside or going outside, but he persevered. You see him right there, and some help from his sister made it all possible. They made $100 in hopes she could enjoy the same things he will during this trip.
Very proud. He's a selfless, caring, courageous, strong little boy. Even without this, he probably still would be doing the same thing, trying to give back. He's got a big heart and thinks about everybody.
Gavin is one determined little boy who knows the constraints of time. Still, he is encouraged by the positive response so far and will keep trying this effort until the June 23rd trip. What was once part of music's past is now spinning back into the future. For decades, records sat on shelves with the emergence of cassettes, CDs, and most recently streaming. But now music fans are rediscovering vinyl. 41 million records were sold last year, topping CDs for the first time since 1987. Today's People and Places with our Ken Watlington takes you inside a local spot for music lovers.
In the heart of uptown Greenville, there's a shop that's living proof that vinyl is making a big comeback. Welcome to Alley Cat Records.
I'm pretty sure there's something for everybody in here.
Music fans are once again spinning records in record numbers.
You know, as they say, what's old is new again.
Yeah, we are so happy to be holding the torch for that.
Jeff Blinder is the manager at Alley Cat. He's been here since the beginning, helping the owner David Brown open the place last year.
I've always loved vinyl. I've hauled around a collection for 15 years. That experience to me is the best you can take in music. My ear discerns it to be warmer, and a lot of people say that. That resurgence of vinyl is awesome.
So why are so many dropping the needle on albums these days? Jeff thinks it could have a little to do with what we've all experienced recently.
There's very few positives that come out of the last 2 years from COVID. One of them, I believe, is people wanted to sit with an album. I think they wanted to pick up something and look at it, and they had a little bit of more time if they were quarantined or whatever. Let's take this album and sit with it for 45 minutes. Look at all the art, just enjoy it.
And this old format is also striking a chord with today's younger music fans.
What made you want to work at a record store?
Oh gosh, that's like such an easy question to answer. I love music, so it's only natural that I would want to work in a place like this. I get to talk to people all the time about super cool music that they like and super cool music that I like, and yeah, I love it.
Some people come in and just want to dig. Some people want to come here and talk. We're here for you.
So the cat's out of the bag. After about a decade absence, there's once again a record store in Greenville, a place uniting lovers of all kinds of music.
We do some live music events and art events here. The register area we have over there is actually a stage, and we clear that.
Music has a tendency to do that, to bring people together.
It's the only thing that kept me going for many years, you know, saved my soul, and I see that if you get it right, it can save your soul too. Via the media format or the live music format, we get to do both here at Alley Cat, which is really awesome.
And Alley Cat follows in the footsteps of former Greenville favorites like East Coast Music and Video and CD Alley. Jeff and Ken talk about that, plus so much more, what he's doing to enhance the live music scene in the city of Greenville on the latest People and Places Extra podcast. You can listen anytime on the WNCT Podcast Network. And we also want to help Ken out. So do you have a great idea for the next People and Places segment? Well, send your thoughts to Ken through email or connect with him on Facebook or over on Twitter. Heroes who share kindness can be found all around us. One group works to surprise those heroes with honors. As Chad Tucker shows us, a school janitor got a big surprise.
Hello.
Hello.
I love this school. That's the first thing I said when I first started working. I said, I love working here.
Jimmy Durham holds a very important position here at Redeemer School.
Do you feel at home? Yeah, this is my environment.
And everybody here knows it.
I see him! I see him!
He takes care of this school, keeping it clean.
And it's like, hey, if there's something else that needs to be done or something, I'll do it.
But it's what he does beyond that that has the school cheering him on.
Upbeat, helpful, hard worker, kind, generous. These are the words used to describe you.
Staff nominated him for Trips Heroes, a group that celebrates those who share kindness.
You are Trip's hero. We celebrate and honor you.
Jimmy's giving heart includes being the assistant basketball coach, sharing his love of chess, a foreign language,
That is actually Arabic. I wrote that.
and teaching students kindness and giving with his actions.
Well, Jimmy, he's just always so upbeat and happy and makes you smile whenever you see him.
Amy Jeffers nominated Jimmy.
Hello.
And he just would jump in and help with things that weren't even his job.
I'm a participant. I've been raised on just, if there's something to do and you're capable of doing it, just do it.
So yeah, he's just fun to be around. He would always make my day, even if I was having a bad day. Talking to Jimmy would get me in a better mood.
In Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
The world would be a better place if we had more Jimmys.
It would.
I'm Chad Tucker.
Yes, it would.
Next on 9, on the positive side, from the classroom to out of this world. Meet the student whose science experiment is making its way to space. An organization is helping students live out their professional dreams in the working world. Bob Buckley takes us inside Skills USA.
Today, we are going to make some tableside guacamole.
Maddie Gore is taking her dream and thinking big.
I really want to be a private chef one day. Yeah, I'd love to have my own business.
She has one key thing going for her. She's
I'm very competitive.
So her school, Guilford Technical Community College, thought, why not use that as academic motivation? Maddie is one of nearly 90 GTCC students competing in Skills USA, a nationwide contest in just about every skill that tests a student's readiness for the real world.
This is our Olympics. So this is our Olympics. This is our time for students to shine. And so it's a big deal. If you make it to national, especially if you make it to the podium at national, the opportunities are endless.
Lauren Lewis knows what that's like. She won the contest in automobile collision damage appraisal last year.
And as I'm crossing the stage, everybody's like, oh, she's so cute, look at that, she's cute. And I could not keep it together.
Lauren's path to Skills USA isn't the normal one. She already had a 4-year degree from Auburn University and worked in the veterinary world for 17 years. But still...
You're gonna get me crying. I mean, I ain't gonna be able to deal with it, but...
Something was missing.
I was lost for so long, right? I didn't feel like I was doing anything, didn't feel like I was going anywhere. And I also was scared to jump because I didn't want to waste the education I had already received.
Then a friend suggested she look at her passion, her beloved cars, and embrace it.
I started saying yes to everything, and my whole world blew up. Everything is happening for me because I just started saying yes and taking chances on myself that I never used to do.
And in first place from Guilford Tech, Lauren Lewis!
Those chances paid off as Lauren won first place again this year.
And walking across the stage and winning changed my life. And it just shows anybody that if you try, if you care, you can get there. You can be whatever you want to be. It represented everything to me.
And she's not alone among GTCC students.
About 44 of them placed in the top 5 at the state, and in 15 contests we placed first. So it is a big deal.
Add a little bit of salt and pepper.
Maddie Gore hopes to join them with her culinary skills, including a contest where she has to make guacamole live for the judges.
The hardest part about the contest for me, whenever you're making the guacamole, is you can't taste it. So it's like you're making something and you just have to go on like your instincts.
All she needs to get on the podium is what she calls her secret ingredient.
Love.
And that magic 3-letter word.
Because it was like, oh my God, I said yes, and look what happened.
Bob Buckley.
A North Carolina high school student's project is going to space. Maggie Newland shows us how her love for biology will help future stem cell production.
Together we expand what is possible.
Next time a rocket like this launches toward the International Space Station, it will carry an experiment created by East Chapel Hill High School student Pristine Unwaha.
To think that like an idea that originally started off in my head would be becoming a reality, actually getting launched to space and being carried out there, that's so amazing to me.
Pristine, who moved to the U.S. from Nigeria when she was 5, developed an early interest in biology.
For as long as I can remember, I've always been really curious about the world.
When she heard about the Genes in Space competition, she wanted to enter.
With Genes in Space, students from grades 7 to 12 submit their ideas for molecular biology experiments that take advantage of the environment of space and push our understanding of how living things react to conditions such as microgravity and radiation. This year we had 820 proposals, some really creative experiments from all over the country.
Pristine took the top prize, with a project exploring how space affects stem cell production in relation to DNA changes seen in astronauts.
We work to develop an experiment that will allow astronauts in space to detect DNA length differences.
Scientists aboard the International Space Station will carry out the research, which could one day provide insight into the aging process or cancer development. For Pristine,
it was honestly a dream come true.
She hopes her work will not only lead to new scientific knowledge, but inspire other young scientists.
Pursue your passions and be brave.
And that was Maggie Newland reporting. The Big Rock Teaching Fellow Scholarships were awarded to 3 Carteret County graduates. Recipients will get help with their tuition, books, and fees towards their degrees in education. Daisy Beck, Celeste Gillikin, and Braden Stevens say they're grateful for the opportunity to become teachers.
What a privilege it is for the Big Rock Tournament to be able to give money to help bring up that next generation with homegrown teacher talent.
This is for me. This is what I want to do. The kids need me. I know what they need help with. I know how to teach them.
This is the second year of the partnership between Big Rock and Carteret County Public School Systems for that scholarship. A story that won't burst your bubble. Next on 9 on the positive side, how one North Carolina man is turning soapy water into an experience. This story takes good, clean fun to the next level. A Huntersville man calls himself a bubbleologist. His specialty, making something as simple as soapy water an inspiring experience. John Lee has more on the mad scientist with a bubbly personality.
Down in his basement, Steve Langley experiments. But sometimes you wonder if he's seeing things down there.
Who needs psychedelics anymore?
No, he's not as big as Michael Bublé.
Oh, look at that.
But that doesn't burst his bubble.
Bubbleology, as we call it, is the field of knowledge. It's nice the way it creates the swirls when you're blowing in the bubble.
Somehow he stumbled into the role of soap star.
So it involves science, chemistry. You've got to learn about the soap. This brings up a rule of bubbles. Wherever 3 bubbles intersect, they always form a perfect 120-degree angle. It's mind-numbingly cool.
His path to what some might consider weird science was unconventional. He graduated from Johnson & Wales and wanted to be a chef at first.
Worked at a really slow restaurant. And so myself and one of the other cooks ended up juggling whisks and knives.
But he'd rather toss bowling pins than salads. So Steve became a professional juggler and hit the road as one of the Fettuccine brothers. For 2 decades, the duo traveled the world. They appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and set several Guinness juggling records.
The accident was we had a very successful career.
Then Steve reinvented himself yet again.
And I wanted to juggle bubbles because I wanted to attempt a Guinness World Record. Oh, bubbles, happy.
His new passion,
so it's not just any volcano,
bubbled to the surface.
It'll be a 2-stage volcano.
As the ringmaster of the Soap Bubble Circus, he enjoys enthralling audiences.
You know, the feeling of blowing someone's sense of bubble reality completely out of the water. There we go. Oh, yeah. And then we'll finish with the right side up.
It just goes to show it's never too late to clean up your act.
There she blows. Ooh. It's like Willie Nelson's tour bus in here all of a sudden.
In Huntersville, John Lee, Queen City News.
A milestone birthday party. Next, the birthday girl's sweet secret to a long life. Vanilla ice cream is just one reason one woman says she made it to 110 years old. The woman, who is possibly New Jersey's oldest resident, got to celebrate her big day. She spoke with Jim Vassell about her secrets to a long life.
How good do you imagine you'd feel on your 110th birthday? If you ask Leuna Mitchell, you'll get a quick answer.
I could go out and do a day's work.
She was born in 1913, the year Woodrow Wilson took office. On Tuesday, she and all of her friends at Leisure Park Senior Living Community in Lakewood helped her celebrate. In between slices of cake and opening gifts, which included new shoes and clothes, she beamed with gratitude, while also keeping it real.
How do you feel about all your friends here celebrating your birthday?
Well, I think it's wonderful, but I'd rather be home.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, she's been a long-time resident here in our independent living, and we're just absolutely honored, to be able to, engage and enrich her life, and, be a part of that experience for her.
At 110, Leuna is possibly the oldest person in New Jersey, and she doesn't shy away from sharing some of her secrets.
I think when she's explained to me, she says the secret is balance and moderation. So she said she loves ice cream, and she does, but, she eats a balanced meal.
I like all ice cream.
All ice cream, huh?
You like all ice cream?
I'm a good eater.
But her most profound piece of advice may be the one thing you need to hear today.
What's the secret for living a long life?
Oh, just living good.
In Lakewood, Jim Vassell, Pix 11 News.
Just live good. One last thing to show you before we go. This porcupine munching on some corn at the zoo. It's too cute not to show you. Thanks so much for joining us for 9 on the Positive Side. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you next time.